Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. November is almost here, which means it is time to gear up for a big month of writing, creativity, and community. If you're new here or you've just joined us, the Order of the Written Word is a writing event I and the Stygian Society created for authors, poets, and storytellers who want to focus on human-driven creativity. We've spent all of October in the crafting grounds, preparing, brainstorming, and fine-tuning ideas for the main challenge in November. And now, the real fun begins. Let's talk about how we can make the most of this final week of preparation, because, oh boy, I need it, and what you can expect as we kick off the challenge of the written word, and I will also let you know a bit about what I am working on. First up, let's focus on how you can get fully ready for November. If you've been with us in the crafting grounds, you should have a good idea of what you want to work on, whether it's a novel, a poetry collection, short stories, or a revision of your existing work. But especially if you haven't had a ton of time to work on planning your project, here are some things that you can do in this last week to sort of speedrun it. Set clear personal goals. Sure, we've got our big challenges like drafting 30,000 words, or writing a collection of short stories or poems, or revising the draft of a completed piece, but make sure you also set your own personal goals. What is your end game for the challenge? Do you want to hit a certain word count, or are you focusing more on quality and time over quantity? Define what success looks like for you. Next, break down your month. It's easy to get overwhelmed when you think of writing a whole collection or a whole novel in just 30 days. So break it down into more manageable chunks. What will you accomplish each week, even each day? Having that roadmap will help to keep you on track, especially if maybe you have to do a little bit of outlining at the beginning of the month and get to your proper words a bit more into the month. Next, prepare your space. Whether it's your desk, a cozy corner, or even selecting a local coffee shop, make sure that you have a dedicated space to write in mind. And remember, you'll want to have this be as distraction-free as possible because this is your time to focus. And finally, just think of ways to stay motivated. Writing for a whole month can be daunting, but staying motivated is key. Surround yourself with positivity, connect with our community on Discord, and make use of our scrollwork sessions for focused writing sprints. There are people there who will write with you, give you advice, cheer you on as we go, and accountability with other people is a really great motivator. And of course, you can look back at my past videos that I've done on the challenge if you want to see some more tips and stuff on prepping your novel or your collection or getting ready to revise. Now let's look ahead at what's coming up in November. Here is a quick rundown, once again, of the challenges and milestones to look forward to. The Novelist's Initiation. This is your chance to get deep into novel writing, and it's our most, I would call it, classic challenge. Your goal is to hit 30,000 words in November, but if you are feeling ambitious, the bonus task here will challenge you to complete the first draft of a new novel without a word count limit. Second, we have the Trials of Verse and Vignette. For the poets and short story writers, your goal is to write 15 poems or 8 short stories with word counts ranging from 1,000 to 10,000 words each. By the end of November, you'll have enough material for a small sort of chapbook collection. If you're revising, you will be spending your month polishing and perfecting your work. Whether it's a standalone novel or a poetry or short story collection, this is your time to fine-tune and get that manuscript ready for the next stage. I recommend picking a manuscript where you're starting at the start and ending at the end so that you have that solid goal in mind. This can be your first edit of the draft or your final edit or somewhere in the middle. During November, we have also planned a number of events. One workshop or presentation per week, along with in-person get-togethers if you're located in Montreal, just to keep that energy up. One really important thing that I want to add though. Remember, no matter which challenge you're participating in, your process is your own. While this is a challenge, and that verbiage can be helpful for many, myself being one of them, the main goal that I always want to highlight is that we are building habits here. So whether you actually reach those final word or story count goals, as long as you're writing and participating, that's the really important thing. This is actually one of the reasons why we've done our best to remove winner language from this challenge, as opposed to that used in NaNoWriMo lingo. There are no losers in the order of the written word. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about what I'm working on. Generally, I have a title to state, but right now I haven't sorted that out yet. October has been a wildly busy month for me with Haunted Montreal and the Stygian Society on top of my day job and podcast and trying to actually do some spooky things in the real world, so I've not actually done a lot of planning for my novel. I actually just started last night. I had to put out 1.5 stories for the Society's 13 Haunted Nights collection, so that's kind of where my focus has been writing-wise through the month. And if you know me, if you've been on this channel for a while, you know I'm usually busy, but this has been like next level busy. I can't. I digress. I do know what I will be writing, and it's something I've wanted to draft for a really long time, but I've been trying to wrap up Synterra first, but I'm using this just to take a little break, and then it's full steam into Synterra beta in January. This story is a dark academia, but better than the one I wrote as an experiment a couple years back. That one was definitely an exercise, fun, but like not really what I wanted to go for. I want to write something fictional, yet dripping in history and dark, beautiful imagery in a school setting. I'm going to be looking to Montreal's history for this one, writing in 1872 with my main character being a McGill medical student. With the history of body snatching, secret societies, and a lot of political corruption, I am so excited to get into this. And I will, of course, be sharing my progress with you throughout November. As I have historically done through October and November, I dedicate October to education and November to vlogging and progress. I will be doing the same with the order. So look for weekly writing vlogs and live sprints. I will be sprinting right here on YouTube every Sunday through November, noon to 2 p.m. Eastern. And if there are any changes, I will update you well in advance. And so, the countdown is on, and the challenge of the written word is almost here. Now's the time to finalize your plans, get your goals in place, and prepare for an amazing writing month. Whether you're writing a novel, a collection of poems, or revising, I'm really excited to see what you create. Oh, and as you go, please be sure to use our hashtag. It is hashtag O2W, the number 2. One of our amazing ex-NaNoWriMo MLs in Montreal came up with that, and it was just brilliant because, you know, the order of the written word is kind of a long hashtag to type out. So be sure to tag Stygian. All of that will be in the description below, that sort of thing, and use hashtag O2W. And if you want to try out a great writing tool, I recommend our sponsor, Scrivener. Scrivener is a word processing program and outliner designed for writers. It provides a management system for documents, notes, and metadata, allowing you to organize notes, concepts, research, and whole documents for easy access and reference. Once you hop on the Discord server, you will gain access to a 20% discount. And actually, something really cool that I just got in my inbox, Scrivener is partnering with FreeWrite, our other sponsor, to do a giveaway of a FreeWrite device as well as a subscription to Scrivener. So I highly recommend looking that up and entering. These are 2 really great programs, devices to use for your writing. So if you haven't signed up yet, make sure to do that right now. Join the community on Discord, follow us on social media, and subscribe here for all the latest updates. November is going to be a great month, I just know it. I can't wait to get started. So let's make this one to remember. And until next time, I hope that you are having a day that is just as wonderful as you are. Bye!